All right, I got no viewers in these streets, but we're gonna go on and get it anyway because I don't feel like recording this video. So I'm gonna just do it live. I would hit y'all with the Tariq Nasheed. Come on in, family. Come on in. Come on in. Let's just wait a little bit. Come on in now. But it's 3 o'clock in the afternoon. Pretty sure nobody's coming. But you can watch it a little bit later. Let's go ahead and see what's going on with this here Vice special, goddamn. The Andrew Tate special. Because they've been saying it's weird. Like you got like this. It's like some little white dude and his mom were watching it, and they were like, "Yeah, there's no way this is a hit piece. This is a hit piece. Like, how do we know it's a hit piece, bro?" And you got like all these little different ball liquor channels, like BSR or something, or BSN and Bracero or something like that. They sitting up talking about some. Yeah, Andrew Tate's not guilty. There's no way. They don't have any proof. How do you know, bro? You're not his friend in real life. You don't have any type of close connection to him. So how would you know? I'm not against or with Andrew Tate, but hey, man, we're gonna go ahead and check this thing out, man. See what's going on, man. Little struggle stream going on.
Do you ever wonder why some people who you've never heard of before all of a sudden appear everywhere?
Andrew Tate!
Andrew Tate is an Anglo-American kickboxer turned influencer whose extreme misogynist videos have helped make him the most viral man in the world.
Bang out. Hey, did y'all catch that, man? They called him Anglo-American. That leads me to a pretty interesting question, man. So Andrew Tate says he is biracial. And look at Andrew Tate right now. Does Andrew Tate look like there's a piece of black guy in him? Like, he doesn't really at all. Like, his dad, maybe his dad was like, a mixture himself. So now Andrew Tate is like a quarter or something. I don't really know. But I don't know, man. I'm starting to think like maybe Andrew Tate, says he's the biracial thing so he can, get that black audience in as well. That way he has all the men together. Then when it's time to, have a big time, he's like, oh gosh, well, the straight white male's the one who has the issues, But I just thought that. Let's go.
A machete, boom in her face, and grip her up by the neck. Shut up, bitch!
On December 29th, he and his brother were arrested by Romanian police as part of a rape and human trafficking investigation.
The Matrix has attacked me.
A few months before their arrest, I was in Romania trying to get access to their so-called secret society, the War Room.
The War Room is the most powerful network on the face of the planet today.
To get inside, I had agreed to endure a professional cage fight in Romania.
I know he's going to lose, but wow, he's actually in there.
Along with 100 Tate superfans.
We shouldn't be slaves. We shouldn't be working 9-to-5 jobs.
I need to grow. I need to get better. I need to evolve. I'm not tough on myself. Nobody else will be. That's what I learned from Andrew Tate.
This shiny hole. Hold on to it.
What I found out
My plan was to sow anarchy.
is that this recent arrest appears to be just the tip of the iceberg.
This is definitely a hit piece.
I don't care.
The real story
We've clearly conquered the internet.
began years ago.
There's not a single female complaining.
Do you think there's not a single female complaining?
Have you seen one?
My ex-boyfriend was radicalized by Andrew Tate. He was sweet and I guess vulnerable to being brainwashed by Andrew Tate and his cult.
I don't know what he's done.
That's like a her problem. The woman that's sitting up talking about, yeah, my boyfriend was radicalized by Andrew Tate. I mean, it's a possibility, but I mean, you probably was doing something trash that Andrew Tate talks about in his videos or something like that, and then next thing you know, he was like, man, I'm switching up on you, man. You got acting weird, and I done figured out my value, and I'm a straight white male, so I'm going out here to figure it out. So I don't know. But what do you guys think, man? I didn't really ask y'all yet, man. Do you guys think that Andrew Tate is guilty, or do you think, man, there's no way, he has no evidence? Or are you just kind of in the middle like me, where you're like, all right, man, we're just kind of waiting around and seeing what's going to happen with this? Is something actually going to happen with this? Or, if it does, it's over with for him. If it doesn't, I guess, we got a good story to tell about how they tried to take down Andrew Tate with no evidence. But let's get it.
If you haven't heard of Andrew Tate yet, it's only a matter of time before he pops up on your newsfeed. His videos have been viewed over 11 billion times, and in July, he was more Googled than Kim Kardashian and Donald Trump. He's been called the king of toxic masculinity.
He has said that rape victims should, quote, bear responsibility for being raped.
We're about to enter his compound in Romania, which was raided earlier this year as part of the rape and human trafficking investigation that led to his arrest in 2022.
Is that true that you sequestered an American girl?
She's not even pretty. This girl's average. She's ugly. I don't have time for this bullshit.
What about the rape accusation?
That's not true.
Hello, is this Andrew Tate's house? I'm Matt.
Okay.
Hey, hello.
Just a second to have a confirmation from Mr. Tate.
Okay, cool. Yeah, you just let me know when we're allowed.
Okay.
Yeah?
Yes.
Thank you.
Welcome.
Hello, hello.
Good to see you.
This place is giant.
Yeah, I can give you a quick tour. I can't show you a lot of it. A lot of it's like off limits, but I can show you some of it. Gee, come bite them. Show them how scary you are.
Is this the normal?
So I always find it interesting that Andrew Tate has like a James Bond, Dr. Evil kind of compound. And it's like, bro, how'd you get all this off of webcam business with girls? Y'all think that he really made it off the webcam business with the girls, or you guys think that there's more censored things at play? Well, I mean, I guess when you think about like Bad Baby, she got all the simps, and I think she got up to like 50 million off of that. And then all these other different OnlyFans girls that are making millions of dollars off of simps. I guess you could possibly believe that he made all this money off of web. What y'all think about it? Let me know.
Normal level of security you have for your house every day, or is this just for us?
This is the normal level of security I have in my house every day. I'm prepared for all eventualities. It's better to be paranoid. I kind of like cars.
I can tell, yeah.
This door leads to, I can't take you in there. That's classified. Up on there, can't take you in there either. It's classified. You do know if you go to any off-limit areas of security, you're going to intercept. So when I point classified, I'm basically saying don't make them put a gun in your face.
Got it.
TV, which I never watch. World title belts. I was 4-time kickboxing world champion.
And what's this painting over here?
That's my brother.
Who else lives here? Is it just you?
No, I live here with my brother. I think you get the best version of yourself if you live with other competitive men. I don't have loser friends. I like sitting down with people and discussing how we can make money from the conflict in Ukraine. That's what I enjoy. I don't want to talk about TV.
Interesting. Okay, cool. Hi, by the way. Sorry to interrupt. I'm Matt.
Georgia.
Georgia, good to meet you. What are you up to, Georgia? Working. Okay.
This is
The woman I'm trying to speak to, Georgiana Noghel, would also later be arrested with Tate in December.
Georgiana, 2 coffees, please.
Accused of assisting him in his human trafficking operation. Hey, how's it going? Hi. Hey, how are you? What are these guys up to?
Conquering the world, my friend.
Through what means?
I run Hustlers University, which is now currently the biggest.
So that's how he gets all them clips out there, right? Y'all see that? They got the little guys in there typing up and seeing the little whatever out there. What's going on, Jay Bird, Derek, Carla? Carla, I appreciate you. Happy New Year back to you. Primal Studies, what's going on, man? I see the workouts. You can kick back the challenges up, man. I'm scared to do the challenges, man. They just look like they just hurt, man. But let's go on and get it and see what's happening here with Andrew Tate.
Online educational platform in the world. We've grown extremely fast. We have 110,000 students inside of a year.
Hustlers University.
For $49 a month, Andrew Tate's online Hustlers University promises to teach his millions of followers the secrets of modern wealth creation, from crypto trading to drop shipping.
No big deal, just the biggest online school in history.
Is this a sharp sword or is it kind of a decorative sword?
I did a Tate speech about why I have this sword. A Tate speech is like my YouTube channel, Tate Speech.
Yeah.
And I talked about how the #1 problem with the world is that not enough men walk around their houses with swords.
Mm-hmm. That's up there for sure.
Because if more men walked around their houses with swords, so many of the world's issues could be fixed. But you have to extrapolate it.
Okay.
For example, so the woman panics, she sees something on TV, the man comes home, she's like, oh, we gotta start wearing a mask. Da-da-da. If the man walked around with a sword, and she's like, put a mask on, he'd be like, I'm brave, I don't need a mask. I'm a commander. Fuck you. It's just a symbol of empowerment. You got your sword, your wife starts talking, you're like, shut up, I decide what I do. Be quiet, cook.
Andrew's unashamed, misogynistic, and violent.
What do you guys think about his sword logic, man? You have a sword that automatically means you're just that guy. You guys feel that way? And Derek, I ain't putting no face cam on, man. I'm looking busted and disgusted right now, man. So gonna get the AI avatar for now, man. We're gonna keep on putting different ones each time, man. I got a few busted ones of those too. I'll probably use that. But how do y'all feel about Andrew Tate's sword logic? Is it solid logic, or is it like, man, what are you talking about, man? You sound like you're in a La La Land or something like that. Let's get it.
Views so far seem to match his YouTube persona. But to find out how he's translated those into viral fame, I accept an invite onto the Tate Brothers podcast, Emergency Meeting, which is also a chance to get acquainted with his brother Tristan.
Welcome to Emergency Meeting, episode 13. We have a special guest, Matt Shea, who is internationally renowned and respected. He's a folk singer, and he's going to sing us a song.
Andrew's invited his mate on our show without my consent. I'm just going to have to bite my tongue and listen to you guys talk most of this emergency meeting. Otherwise, I'm going to walk off.
Matt, can you introduce yourself? Tell them about your singing career. Tell them where you're from, etc.
Yeah, so I'm actually not a folk singer at all in the slightest. No, sorry.
What?
Are you calling my brother a liar?
You lied to me.
Yes.
Let me ask you a question. Have you ever seen the clown that hides from gay people?
Have
you seen him?
No, I haven't seen the clown that hides the gay people.
So you've never seen him?
No. Is he here somewhere?
Strange. Well, yeah, he's right here. I see him.
I see him.
All right, let's be nice to our vice friend. So let me be nice to him before he does a hit piece.
This is definitely a hit piece. I've warned my brother that this is a setup, and this is what everyone.
I don't care. I'm uninterested. I've clearly conquered the internet. I'm clearly unstoppable. I'm like the board.
You've invited the liberal news media to.
This is
They can all come. Just because I'm wearing a gun, I'm violent. Is that how?
But I think this is kind of interesting. It feels like it's a little bit of foreshadowing. I don't know if Tristan's playing a character right here, but it's interesting that he said, you're invited the liberal news media in there, and then Andrew Tate being so arrogant and whatnot is like, oh, I don't care. Like, I guess they say he's playing a character, but to a degree, I think that is kind of the real him. Yeah, the Vice guy is weak, but let's keep on going.
Oh, it is. Just got knives all over the table. I'm a kickboxing world champion. I'm violent.
If you are wearing a gun and you have knives, that does make you a little bit violent.
It makes it doesn't. No, it doesn't.
Makes me security aware.
I don't want to sing a song.
I haven't
sing like you promised.
It's
If
a
you
setup.
think I won't kick Vice out of my house, I think
A few more minutes, or we're done with it.
No. You can sing now, or you're off the pod.
During an ad break, Andrew breaks character.
30-second break. Chat shit. Another 5 minutes, and we'll get you out of here. You can talk shit back. You can annoy us if you want.
Don't worry, no, I know. I'm just not very good at it. I'm not very good at talking shit.
We've had a long career. We have to do our normal broadcast.
Okay.
Kick him off the pod. Cool, man. Have fun, guys. Yeah.
Bro, this is going to be the worst documentary about us.
What they gonna say?
I don't know.
He has lots of cars and money. All the women love him. He's sexist. Oh no! Please don't put that on the internet. Who cares? Right? Whatever.
Within minutes of being on their show,
It sounds like Tristan kind of called it. I don't know, man. I don't know if he's playing the character too along with Andrew Tate, but it sounds like he kind of called it. Let's go.
the Tate content machine snaps into action. Oh, yeah. Wow. Already.
You promised to sing to me. If you think I won't kick Vice out of my house, you can sing now, or you're off the phone.
Tate Brothers embarrass Vice reporter.
Actually, I take that back. I want to make sure that my army is fighting, ethically and following the
18,000 likes, 246 comments, 66 reshares. Oh, I accidentally liked it.
If you had to go to war, would you call your friends?
Let's see what people are saying. Tate win, as always. I'm impressed how easily he runs over weak men's arguments. It isn't Tate posting all these videos, so who are all these people? Tate Brothers Embarrassed Vice Reporter was posted by an account that has 58,000 followers and 3.9 million likes, and it's just loads of videos every single day. Right in the description of his account, it says, looking to level up your life, start here. It's a sign-up link to the Hustlers University. Another account, and again, a link to the Hustlers University. He's got a clever formula here.
So I got a homeboy that joined Hustlers University. Has anybody in the chat, have you had any Hustlers University experience? If so, what did you think about it? He didn't tell me anything about it. He didn't go into detail about anything after that. He lives in China, so I don't know if he was even able to access the Hustlers University after he joined it. I don't know. Because, they was going through all that, the COVID lockdown and all that kind of stuff. It was going hard. And you always need a VPN and all this kind of stuff. And they were going super hard to the point where I guess they were cutting off certain things in the building if they felt like you wasn't following the rules. So I don't know. But Derek says the Vice guy is super beta. I agree. Carla says she thinks Andrew Tate is acting. I think he's acting, but I think there's also some truth to the way that he acts. But I definitely agree with Derek. I think the Vice guy is super beta. While I'm not on or against or for Andrew Tate, I do think that the Vice guy is pretty beta. Let's get it.
Turns out, a big part of Hustlers University is an affiliate marketing scheme where boys as young as 13 are instructed to share controversial videos of Andrew with links to the Hustlers University underneath. If someone signs up through your link, you get 48% of their subscription fee. By financially incentivizing 110,000 students to share his content online, Andrew has essentially built an army to make him rich and famous in a very short space of time. And he's tactically avoiding the impact of social media bans because it isn't Andrew himself posting, it's his legion of fans.
All I'm doing is saying that the shit that everyone thinks isn't allowed to say. So that's the reason I'm all big on the internet.
I'm starting to wonder whether he's just a living meme.
You're a loser because your mentality is loserish.
Some kind of viral marketing campaign to swindle money from confused young men.
You never had the life I had, ever.
Or if he really believes what he says.
All I am offering is the truth.
Andrew first appeared on our screens as a reality TV star.
I've never been in a situation in my life so far in my 21 years where I really want something and didn't get it.
He had found an arena where controversial personalities thrive.
I have to manipulate a lot of people to win.
But something happened when Andrew was on Big Brother, one of the biggest reality TV shows of all time.
This is Big Brother. Due to events in the outside world, Andrew has had to leave the Big Brother house.
He was reportedly removed from the program when a video surfaced of him slapping his ex-girlfriend and then beating her with a belt.
I didn't say the word listen. Did I say listen? Did I say listen? No. Did I say it?
Public outrage simmered down after Andrew released a video of his ex, claiming it was all part of a so-called kinky game.
A pure game is used to there.
But what the public didn't know, and what we can now reveal, is that around the time that Andrew was playing Truth or Dare in the Big Brother pool, the UK police had informed the production company that he was under investigation for 2 incidents involving other women. One of rape, and a further of physical assault. In May 2021, Tate made reference to his arrest in an appearance on the Fresh and Fit podcast.
I was like, who are you? And they're like, you're under arrest for a suspicion of assault of this dumb hoe. And I'm like, wait, this is dumb hoe? They didn't, but I'm going to protect her anonymity because I'm a nice guy. Dumb hoe.
During the same period, the Tate brothers were recruiting women for a webcam sex business and creating the first of their many online courses teaching other men how to do the same.
I am her everything. It doesn't matter if I fuck someone else because I'm her everything. She has nowhere else to go.
It was called the Tate PhD, or Pimping Hoes degree.
She was a fucking hoe, and I spotted it instantly because she didn't humble herself when she was supposed to. And I'm glad I didn't waste any more time on her because she's never going to be doing like my other girls do, living in my house, letting me fuck other women, remaining loyal, and fucking bringing me coffees and doing as I say.
Andrew has closed down the Pimping Hoes degree to focus on the Hustlers University.
Luke, your screen's compromised, yeah. So,
what do you guys think about the pimping degree that he talked about? Do you guys think that there was some I guess some realness in that? I guess even though he was trying to get you to start like an online webcam business and everything like that, but do you guys think that there's more to it, or do you think it's just a funny online webcam business? And do you think that online webcam business is the same thing as well, not exactly the same thing, but similar to pimping in the street? How do you guys feel about that? Let me know.
keep it super fucking vanilla.
But with a historic rape allegation in the UK, and the Romanian police now looking into him for rape and human trafficking, I want to find out more about his methods of recruiting women. Did you at one point say that the girls who started as your girlfriends and then work for the webcam industry, 100% of the profit goes to you?
I think in a lot of households in the world today, the man is in charge of the investments. I think that's not an uncommon thing. Tell me a view I have that you think is genuinely insulting or destructive to society. I'd like to hear it.
You prefer younger women who are 18 or 19 because you can leave an imprint?
No, when I say leave an imprint, I mean that. I understand what you're trying to say. You're trying to say that, like, if I get her, I can brainwash her. I'm not trying to say that. If you meet a girl who's 22 and you're her second boyfriend, she's probably like a
Look at the difference in posture right here, man. Like Derek said, man, the Vice dude's on the beta stuff. He's all slumped over and everything. He got his toes all turned in, pigeon-toed, and then you got Andrew Tate over here. You know, he's got his posture's pretty good, man. Posture's pretty good. I ain't trying to wet up Andrew Tate or nothing like that. But yeah, man, it just shows a little bit right here. What do you guys think about the question that he asked about 18 and 19-year-olds? Do you guys feel that what Andrew Tate originally said has some truth to it, where he said 18 and 19-year-olds have not been, I guess, tainted by the world, so it's a much better deal for a man to go ahead and grab one of them? Or do you guys think it's like I saw some manipulative type stuff that he's trying to go get him a young girl so he can go in there and I mean I guess you are essentially training them in a way that you would want them to be, but I mean nobody wants somebody who's jaded and has issues and constantly, I guess checking over their shoulder and, checking up on you, making sure you ain't doing something wrong. So, I mean, I can kind of understand it. Although I wouldn't want no 18, 19-year-old. I wouldn't want no 22-year-old because it's like that's all super young-minded. We have nothing in common. It's just like you're dealing with a kid, bro. Like, and imagine, like, and think about that now. Like, these folks was babies when you were running around in the yard. Like, you were playing football with people. Like, that's crazy. But let's go.
Nicer person, less jaded, less upset, less suspicious.
So you like to be in a position of power?
It's not being in a position of power. It's about, I enjoy to show her amazing things. You're trying to attach things to the situation which aren't true.
5 years ago, you said rape is a terrible thing, but if you put yourself in a position to be raped, then you should bear some responsibility for that.
Okay, so first, we agree that rape is a terrible thing. Point I'm trying to make is the best way to prevent yourself from being raped is to have a degree of personal responsibility and not put yourself in positions to be raped, as opposed to standing there saying that rape shouldn't happen or men raise our boys better. You know what else shouldn't happen? Robbery. I want the freedom to walk down the road with $1 million in cash.
Is it fair to compare the desire to walk around with £1 million in cash to someone wanting to just walk around their own city at night?
Well, female beauty is extremely valuable.
Hey, that sounded like a trafficker answer right there. Female beauty is extremely. So it's like, man, I know you can get me some money. What's going on, Poppy Blanco, Val? We got a nice little crew in here, man. We already see Primal Studies in there. But yeah, man, what do you guys think about what he said? That was kind of a weird answer. Also, do you think that is a good comparison of wanting to walk down the street, with millions of dollars in cash versus, just a woman being able to walk around? I don't really think it's a comparison or anything. I'm not trying to be on no like super leftist soy boy thing, but I don't think anybody wants anybody to run around here getting raped and just because you walked around the club. That just doesn't add up to me. I think that there are certain things that women can do to prevent it a little bit. I think, being by yourself, going with strange people, maybe getting way too drunk or getting, any type of banned substances up in you. I think that will, that will kind of mess you up. But I don't know. I guess it just seems insensitive the way he said it, like it's your fault, But let's go.
Of course, female beauty is extremely valuable in the eyes of men who seek to exploit it.
I don't give a shit about having sex with beautiful women. I fuck them so they listen to me, so I can get what I actually want, which is not. It's a means to an end. Every single Bond girl was exploited. That's exactly what I do.
Have you heard the term lover boy before?
The lover boy method?
Yeah. Romantically involving yourself with a woman and then making money off of her in some sort of sex-adjacent industry.
Firstly, I would call the webcam industry far closer to psychology than sex. The webcam industry has prevented more male suicide than any group of therapists, any action group, any charity ever would, right?
How can you measure that?
Well, it's not about measuring, it's about my personal experience.
One of the concerns that people about that
Okay, no,
method
Steve,
is
but
that
let me correct you because I'm a professional.
is that it's similar to, people might consider that a form of grooming.
Okay, so I'm a professional, so I have to I have to change what you just said. I have to at least challenge you on it. Nobody's concerned about anything that happened 10 years ago when a bunch of girls got rich. There's not a single female complaining.
Do you think there's not a single female complaining?
Have you seen one? Tell me.
Andrew says no woman has complained about him personally. He won't let us speak to the women who work for him, so for now it's difficult to verify this claim. But I have spoken to many women who complain about the effect Andrew's rhetoric is having on their lives. To protect them from harassment, I've agreed not to name them.
My friend was radicalized by Andrew Tate to the point of threatening to release revenge porn unless I took back what I said on social media against his sexist, misogynistic views.
Like a virus, the things that he's spreading. The scariest thing is, I have no idea if the next guy I meet could be an Andrew Tate fan.
As a teacher, it's definitely worrisome. There are boys who look up to him, especially those that may be vulnerable and they're sort of going to go into the real world carrying those violent views with them.
I'm 14. The boys at school my age think that it's okay to say horrible things like women are man's property and they get to do what they want with them. It makes me really disappointed in my generation.
Andrew's views represent a new era in modern misogyny.
Start talking to some bitches. Say, me and my man were to fuck you.
Where you can now not only talk openly about subjugating and objectifying women, but doing so actually garners millions of committed fans.
They don't believe the level that you can operate at when you're actually a G.
The most hardcore of them have traveled here to Romania to join the War Room.
The War Room is a fraternity. We're a brotherhood which is designed to inspire the best from our brothers. They have to have the mentality and the pedigree to survive. There's tests, and if you do them, you can stay inside.
At the top of Andrew's fraternity is a small group of wealthy and powerful men who all stand to gain significantly from the expansion of his empire. This inner circle is not happy that I'm here. After our testy exchange this morning, Andrew invites me to watch him train.
Have you ever boxed before?
No. But it turns out he's planning on teaching me a lesson.
Who's got spare gloves?
There you go. I appear to have unintentionally walked into a situation where Andrew Tate is going to train me how to box.
Punch me. Punch me. Knockout. Oh, look like you're bleeding already. It's only round one. We've only warmed up. Keep on, bro. We've got 10 more rounds.
No, I can wait.
No,
I meet and get punched in the face by...
Hold on, bro is bleeding off of... Bro, what? Did Andrew Tate even barely touch him and he's bleeding? That's terrible, man. And them little punches he was throwing, man, he looks like he belongs at Bally Total Fitness doing kickboxing class with the ladies. But let's get it.
The inner circle of the War Room. In the world Andrew is creating, not only are women to be subjugated... Sorry, that almost felt like I got knocked out. But men defined by their capacity to inflict violence. Okay. Tap out.
So you stopped. You were like, all right, pause, time out. Like if that were having a street fight, would someone stop? No, so that's your reaction. I need to fight back.
Yeah.
Does that make sense?
Yeah. Yes, yeah.
All right, while we got everybody in the chat, man, do you guys think that it is imperative for a man to know how to fight? Should he know how to defend himself? And should it be, like an actual martial art or something that's, a discipline? Or should it be like, he at the very least can, have some grit and some toughness about it? How do you guys feel about that, man? Do you guys think that what Andrew Tate is doing right there is good for men? I think personally that you should know how to fight. But I don't know. Everybody else may not think so. There may not be a need for it. You never know, though. Yep. TC so fresh says it's a must. You must know how to fight. So hey, somebody's feeling it. CP the artist says the same thing, man. We got a nice little, we got a couple 2-3 yeses. Primal Studies also says the same thing. You should be able to defend yourself and your family. I totally agree with that. And if you don't have any weapons, you're gonna have to use some fisticuffs. Let's get it.
The War Room is a network. We have 10 meetings a year. The next one's going to be in the mountains of Transylvania. You could do it, but I don't know, my friend, if you're prepared.
We've left Bucharest and we're driving into the Carpathian Mountains to meet Andrew and his inner circle for the War Room, which is going to involve something called the test. I've made it into Andrew Tate's war room, where 100 of his biggest fans have flown in from all across the world, each paying $5,000 to have their manhood tested by the one they refer to as Commander. None of us know what he has in store.
I welcome you all to the test. There is a cage fighting event, and every single one of you has been paired against a professional fighter. You will fight in the cage on national television, and it's a real fight. There are two paths you can go down. You can agree to fight, or you can decide that it's not for you. You have 1 hour to think and make a decision.
That's going to be a hard no for me. Maybe I'll do a yes, just to learn a little bit more of what happens, and then definitely pull out at some point.
Does anyone have any questions to ask me? There's no training before this fight. If you've been walking through life too lazy to fucking train, is that your problem or my problem?
I couldn't help
struggle stream a little bit, but damn, he said you ain't got no training, you just get in there. So that means it's very easy that you would get knocked out. Easy. Hey, that's real though, man. Andrew Tate was running a cult. I agree, man. This is slick a cult, man. And it's interesting. I thought that, his fans were mostly like 14, 15, 16-year-old boys. Like my homeboy is a teacher. He says that's pretty much all they talk about in class. Like it's not even like rappers. It's like just Andrew Tate, Andrew Tate, Andrew Tate. But he teaches Esau kids, so I guess it's like a slightly different, I guess, thought process going on with that. But yeah, there's a lot of grown men in here, man. These are, the grown men I think that are kind of the leftover grown men, man. You see like a lot of guys that have money, but they're real lame, they just can't figure it out, man. That's a sad reality right there. You have money, but you just can't do anything with it. Hey, that's real. Fight Club, the movie. Real. Carla says this is dominance over everybody. It's that Dub S crap, and he's biracial, a black father. You know what? That's interesting. I talked about that at the beginning. And I don't know. He just doesn't have any features at all. That's crazy. Primal Studies is adding up the monies right here. Downtown, what's going on from downtown, man? Middle-aged men. Oh man. Oh wait. Primal Study said they paid $500,000 to be in that room. That is crazy. Eric Leaf is feeling the animosity right now. He said he would fight anyone in this live. Hey man, we don't want no smoke. Oh, that's a great lookalike right there, Joe Will. He looks just like Pitbull the singer with those glasses on. You are correct.
Overhearing some disagreement within the war room.
He wants to talk to you, wink, wink.
How are you doing? What's It's gonna be fine, bro. We have an ambulance. We have medics. Nobody fucking knocked out. Don't worry about it.
At the center of it all was Andrew's right-hand man, Iggy Semmelweis.
This guy.
Here I will share with you my secrets.
He's the self-proclaimed greatest hypnotist in the world.
You will learn the power of hypnosis.
And seemed to have an agenda that expanded beyond the war room itself into something larger and darker.
Your sons will marry their daughters. Your daughters will marry their sons. You will create legacies. Enjoying those juicy steaks, that finer scotch, those smoother cigars.
He refused to speak to us, but it's clear that he has a big role to play in whatever the war room's real agenda is.
This is the war room of Andrew Tate.
Welcome to the test.
This guy looks he looks weird. He looks like he'd be on Midsummer or something like that. What do you guys think? Do you guys believe in hypnotism? Do you guys think it works? Have you ever used it? Has it worked on you? If you've done it, let me know. But this guy definitely seems a little weird. The fact that he doesn't want to talk to the guys at all, I guess he kind of knows something is up. And I think in a way, it shows maybe Andrew Tate is a little careless, along with the self-snitching that everybody says he's been doing. What do you guys think about that? It's like Andrew Tate's being careless, and then you got these other guys running around here real secretive, like this guy with the beard, the Midsummer beard, and Tristan's running around looking weird. What do you guys think Tristan acts like behind the scenes? He seems real quiet and reserved, but he may be an a-hole for real. Let's get it.
Now is decision time. You are getting in the cage to fight a professional fighter who is trained to hurt you. Anyone who is fighting, please stand up. Anyone who is not fighting, you can stay seated, and we will begin the other program.
Just like that, a third of the room decides to get beaten up for Andrew Tate. What happens to the people who said no?
They're doing something slightly different, describing the reasons they didn't do it, how that affects their life as a whole. They're going to make it in the future to be more ready for opportunities. That's where honor comes from, right? From victory.
One of the men who said no agrees to speak to us as long as we hide his face. Why did you say no?
I have been in the ring before, but just sparring. But I was like, fuck, professionals and Russians, like they guys are serious.
Right.
I was just too scared. So then
He knows the difference, man. He said professionals and Russians. He specifically said Russians. Russian dudes do get down though. I fought a Russian dude in MMA one time. He put me in the blender a little bit with the wrestling, man. I couldn't really do nothing about it. I ain't gonna lie to you. But yeah, he said the Russians. It's kind of interesting how Tate is running around here talking about some. Yeah, we're not gonna let you get knocked out. You don't have any control over whether somebody gets knocked out with no training. I mean, what are you really saying? Have you guys has anybody ever watched King of the Streets? It's like a street fight league that's in like Poland or something like that, where they got guys stumping people on their heads. People are headbutting people like full force. People are poking folks' eyes out. It's on YouTube, and it's on YouTube. These folks are not demonetized for some reason, but they're on YouTube. If you wanna, if you want to be entertained by some barbarism, go check out King of the Streets. Go ahead and think about that. I guess keep that in your mind. King of the Streets, very entertaining. Let's go.
and afterwards, I felt bad about myself, and I was angry at myself.
Had to.
Because I came here to be tested.
Andrew Tate has obviously said a lot of kind of controversial things online.
Yeah.
What do you think about that?
A lot of things are very controversial, but I think the bottom of his message is a very, very positive one. Because if I'm not tough on myself, nobody else will be. Nobody really cares about me if I don't care about me, right? That's what I learned from Andrew Tate.
People who decided this morning and people who decided at a later date here.
We have a chaperone following us. We've been told that we're not allowed to talk to anyone. What about in passing, asking people like, what single question?
Let me run this by tape before we film. No other comment.
Okay, all right. Would you be up for that?
Yeah.
Yeah. Our chaperone vets who we speak to and tries to heavily control our questions. What do you do?
Show that you're not some sort of right-wing extremist force.
Why did you join the war?
I don't want to be fucking stagnant. I need to grow. It's just a fundamental shift in my mindset. What I think could be bad is always good. Before the war, I used to think, why is this happening to me? Now, what is this trying to teach me?
About Andrew Tate specifically and the things he says online, the things that get him negative publicity. Yeah. What do you think about those things?
I think he's speaking the truth.
Really?
Yeah.
Interviewing under the supervision is proving restrictive. Yeah?
No alpha craziness. He's he's an animal, this one.
So we can't speak to anyone?
Okay.
Who is this mysterious chaperone anyway? Hey, man.
Man, how are you?
Good. How are you?
Good, man.
I was wondering if we could have a little
He looked shady.
chat.
Yeah? Suits me, man.
Brought over from Dubai.
Like most war room leaders, he has a sports car. Do you want to do the interview in here?
Yeah, I don't see why not, man.
And like most people with a sports car, he's keen to show it off. So, what do they call you?
In these circles, sartorial or the sartorial shooter. I'm one of the guys who manages organizational risk and security for the war room. So anyone with any criminal activity, maybe they are showing signs of being racist or sexist or any of these sorts of things, they're out straight away. We will not tolerate that.
And so how do you reconcile that with some of the things that Andrew, for example, says online?
Any claims of misogyny or the fact that he's, spreading hateful words, that's not the reality of who he is, and that's not what the war room stands for, and that's not what he stands for. There are many clips of him out there saying, I'm not a misogynist, I provide for my women, I would stand up for my women in a violent situation.
What do you think his detractors would say about, for example, what you just said, the phrase, my woman? Do you think that they would consider that to be misogynist?
The phrase, my woman, for me, ties into the very traditional values that we have.
Andrew's well known for talking a lot about his multiple girlfriends. How does that tie into this idea of a traditional relationship?
Men at certain levels can provide for multiple women. And even we can go back 100 years ago, kings, wealthy men, they would support multiple families. How is that a bad thing? It's only very recently that men and women have been competing in pretty much in masculine realms, in work, in career. Not that long ago, and indeed in many cultures around the world, women still have the traditional gender norms. And we believe in the war room, that's what leads to happiness.
Rather than a career or, like you have, you know, your own agency in the world to pursue your own goals.
The women who I know who are most fulfilled in life are not trying to do things that traditionally men used to do.
What about a situation where, this has just popped into my head, where I want my girlfriend, who I love, to be a kept woman, but she doesn't. She wants to pursue a career or something like that.
Then find a different woman. Very simple.
That was a pretty simple answer, Vice Guy. I mean, I know you're against everything that he's got going on, but that's a pretty simple answer. If she's not, you know, along the same lines of things that you're having going on, why are you, you know, what are you talking about? Why do we need to ask that question?
The core belief driving the war room and what men here are seeking is a misogynist fantasy of a time when they were kings, women were subjugated. It's at the heart of what Andrew Tate is selling. Just look at the tweets of Iggy Semmelweis, his second in command. My webcam girl is home 100% of the time, has no time nor interest in going out. She sleeps, cooks, cleans, does her show, me all the money, gets by me and our girlfriends, then smiles, thanks me, and goes and does it again tomorrow. Welcome to the war room.
This
guy's weird, man. So he's the second in command or the second whatever. So Tristan, what does Tristan lay? I guess Tristan's just out there on the side. I feel like Tristan is kind of the fresh, like to fresh and fit. Tristan is the fresh of this Andrew Tate and Tristan Tate situation, man. Let's get it.
is the war room of Andrew Tate.
Now, it's quite possible this next story has passed some of you by, but you would be in a minority.
As the war room members and I are bussed to the fight location, the world begins to talk about Andrew Tate with a new intensity.
He's a 35-year-old influencer who's been accused of spreading rape
openly
culture.
condones and celebrates violence against women.
Hitting women. Kids are acting like the things that he's saying is like revolutionary.
11-year-old boys, they love
Please
Andrew
stop
Tate.
looking up to Andrew Tate. He is a bad guy.
With the PR crisis going on, Andrew's team are eager for some good press. So they send an extra friendly chaperone to sell me on the benefits of the war room experience.
I'm Alpha Wolf.
Okay.
My role is to be Alpha Wolf.
Okay, fair enough.
Life is all about how you deal with the pain and how you move forward. You're going to learn a lot about yourself as a man. So take it, make the best out of it, and grow as a man and be tough.
All of the men in this room seem to be taking this incredibly seriously. What's your goal for the fight?
Of course I'm going to try to win.
I see a lot of contenders right there who had the guts to come right here in the cage. If any one of them win one fight, is going to win all their money, all their girls.
This is the culmination of Andrew Tate's pressure cooker of male insecurity.
You're a fucking broke. You are poor. I'm the only guy on this fucking platform flying around in private jets with 27 cars living this lifestyle. Most of you are not too stupid to become rich.
Are you ready? Round one.
But while they come forward to gratefully take the beatings they've paid thousands of dollars,
you're here to lose a little bit of blood.
Andrew Tate's future on social media is hanging in the balance. And the public backlash is spreading. I'm desperate to ask him about all of this. But first, I have to get through this ridiculous situation that I've found myself in.
All right. I thought he said he wasn't fighting. Well, I guess he got dominated by Andrew, so let's go.
Let's go.
Give it up for Matt. Did I say it right?
I'm very excited for it. Now, as soon as the bell goes, Matt has passed the test. I know he's going to lose, but wow. Let's go, Matty! Come on,
Whatever's going on behind the scenes, watching me get chased around puts a smile on Andrew's face.
Tyson gets stripped to the ground. And there's going to be a ground and pound finish. Oh, that is it. Referee calls it. Hold on, Matt. He was unable to defend himself.
Yeah, so he got pounded up, man. I guess we do got to give respect to everybody that got in that ring. I messing up. But yeah, we gotta give respect to that dude for getting in there, man. I thought he was elite beta male, but he actually got in there and got punched on. I can give him a little bit more respect. I'm weak, but I gotta give him the respect, man. To get in there and get beat up like that by some random dude is definitely shows a little bit of courage. Let's get it.
Myself when he was in my house. You know what? He's officially won me over. I can't believe he actually got in there.
For real.
Those who went all in on their fight came out badly. One man was knocked out and away on a stretcher.
Oh.
The inner circle had put these men through collective hardship and recreated them in Andrew Tate's image. Fighters.
Come here, guys. Come up to the front. He broke his hand on your head. And you're fine. So you win.
But they had also joined a movement that was widely accused of normalizing sexism and rape culture. While the men who chose to fight are paraded in front of the crowd, Andrew's team shamed those who refused.
The shame hole. Don't let it go.
So anyone who fought, you can put your hand up, how the experience was, how it's going to change your life, and if you have anything to say to the people who didn't fight.
I don't think I have any word of advice for the people that didn't do it, except that you should have probably.
Immediately, he went to check on me. I'm thinking, I want to go train because I feel inadequate, right? So
yeah,
that's what I want to do.
Right now, I have new mountains to climb, and I'd love to get back here a year from now and go to the gym of the guy who beat the shit out of me.
Didn't it feel like a movie the last few days? I feel like that's a great metaphor for life. We shouldn't be slaves. We shouldn't be working 9-to-5 jobs. We should actually make our lives into, I guess, a movie.
I want to be known as one of the best fathers in the war room. I can't look at my sons and tell them to suck it up, Buttercup, if I don't say yes to this.
Yeah, makes sense.
How you guys feel about his logic? Is he putting up some solid dad logic, or is it like a little different? What do you guys think? I mean, I guess in a roundabout way he's right, but let me know.
Whether or not they fought, all the men here paid $5,000 to the only real winner in this performance, Andrew Tate.
For the people who want to stay and relax, there's some chicks, don't know where they're from. Yeah, let's have fun. I hope you all enjoyed it.
We're told not to film the celebrations that conclude the evening, and it's not clear exactly what goes on. But once outside the lobby, we could clearly see a room containing naked women being photographed. With Andrew's team increasing the...
Oh, so that's what the money was for, man. You pay for the women. I guess you pay for the cage and the venue. You pay for the women after that. So, I don't know. Let's get it.
Be conscious of negative publicity. Tonight could be the last chance to interview him. Do you consider the possibility that some of the things that you've said, which have been viewed 11 billion times, may lead to an attitude towards women that could be harmful?
I accept that across all of that viewership, I have perhaps, possibly, maybe said one thing, or maybe two, that has upset a large range of people.
Wouldn't it make sense to just apologize for some of the things you said, acknowledge that they have caused harm, and say that you won't say those things again?
No, and I'll tell you why. I'm not going to apologize for the edits of other people. I'm not going to apologize for the misunderstandings of other people. There's a whole bunch of clips people are making which make me look very bad. That's not good for my life. That's not good for business.
The clips that portray you in a negative light also help the algorithm to make you become more famous and more viral.
I'm not an expert on algorithms for social media platforms. I do not have most of them installed on my phone. I cannot control what a 15-year-old Singaporean decides to do when he chops me up and calls me names. I can't control that, and I wouldn't try to.
There has been a lot of bad press about you. That's made some nervousness within members of the war. And why is that?
Well, obviously, when people are going to continue to lie and to do very, very shallow, very, very fictitious investigations, people are going to lose faith in you. The media has lost all credibility because you do not try and portray the truth anymore.
One thing that stands in the way of truth, for example, is when we often do documentaries, we have full access to speak to anyone we want. But in this documentary, we've been very closely watched by the sartorial shooter at Alpha Wolf, picking who we can speak to, monitoring the interview. What is it that you're worried that we're going to find out?
These questions are so low.
This is low. It's low. We let you in. We tried to take care of you, and you're sitting here and just attacking us for 3 hours.
The world is asking these questions, and the viewers will be asking these questions.
It's a consistent leading question, a consistent narrative. Where's the question about the good he's doing for men? Well, there's a very clear narrative. I need to leave. Okay.
In the days afterwards, Tate is banned from YouTube, TikTok, Facebook, and Instagram, to the protest of his fans.
They have shut us down. This is warfare against the West.
For a moment, it seems the deplatforming has worked. But then, he reappears on Instagram with an emoji covering his face.
You're lost. You understand you're living inside of a mechanism which is designed to control you.
He moves to Dubai, converts to Islam, sets up a new bank entirely owned by him, and rebrands the Hustlers University as the real world. In the first month after being deplatformed, he made $11 million and got 250 million views on TikTok alone. Months later, Elon Musk reinstates his Twitter account and he gains 1 million in 24 hours.
I have no criminal charges. There's no charges at all against me. I have not hurt any women. No women are coming forward saying Andrew hit me. Zero.
Andrew maintains that he has never abused a woman. But when we get back from Romania, we finally manage to speak to some women from his past. Amelia began seeing Andrew in 2013. Due to fear of harassment from his fans, she is withholding her real name.
I always knew, even back in the day, there was always things said bad about him. But when I'd seen him again in 2013, I thought, oh, all these rumors about him may be false because he's actually been really lovely. The first time I went around his house, because before it was like maybe 3-4 times we got on dates, we started to make out on the bed. Out of the blue, he literally just stopped what he was doing and just laid back. He said, I'm just contemplating whether I should rape you or not.
That sounds like something that he might have did for real, y'all. Let me know.
I promise you, within an instant, he changed. He just jumped straight on top of me, grabbed my throat, started suffocating me, strangling me. The more I didn't want to, it made him so much more aggressive to the point where he was pinning me down, hurting me. The things he was saying to me, he was like, who do you belong to? Who do you belong to? And the more I couldn't say it, the more he'd hurt me. So I couldn't see an escape. And at that point, I just gave up. I just gave up. And then when it stopped, he went to the bathroom and acted as if it was normal. So I'm like, maybe I did. Did I want it? Did I not? I definitely said to him, please don't, and he told me, shut the fuck up. Definitely got strangled. I definitely didn't want it. Did he think I wanted it? And you look back, the psychological warfare you have with yourself is like you couldn't even imagine. You wouldn't know, you wouldn't understand it unless you've been through it. Can't even say the damn words.
Have you since come to terms with the notion that that may not have been consensual, that may have been...
I know for a fact it wasn't consensual.
But it's hard to use the word.
Even though I know technically it's true, that did happen, that is what happened to me, I still don't like vocalizing it.
Amelia's method of coping with the alleged rapes was to pretend to herself that it was a normal relationship.
The abuse wasn't consensual because he knew I didn't want it, which he confirms in multiple voice messages and texts to me.
Am I a bad person? Because the more you didn't like it, the more I enjoyed it. I fucking loved how much you hated it. Turn me on. Are you seriously so offended I strangled you a little bit? You didn't fucking pass out. And all the women I've ever slept with, not a single one has ever bitched or complained like you are bitching and complaining now.
Every few months, Andrew would send...
So I guess the rumor that's going around is that that's fake. They think that, they did some deep fake with his voice or something like that. You got, like I said, the nut hugger channels like BSN and Bracero or something like that was saying, yeah, there's no way that's him. It's a deep fake. Do you guys think that that's him, or do you guys think it's a deep fake? I don't know. Like I said, I'm not going to pass any straight up judgment, but that more closely sounds like his voice than it doesn't. I don't know. But if they got that technology, man, that's kind of scary. They can do you like that.
Me on a different number. Message to remind me of how dangerous he was.
I thought I'd remind you of the caliber of man I am. I am one of the most dangerous men on this planet.
Scare tactics to make sure I wouldn't go anywhere, go to the police, wouldn't report, would always be under his control. It was always to remind me that he was there.
After 6 months, Amelia eventually left Andrew when she says she began to fear for her own life. In 2014, she also decided to report the incident to police, who logged it.
The year after, I got a phone call from a police officer from Hertfordshire Police. She said to me, "We have 2 other girls that have come forward and said the exact same thing as you. Would you please be willing to come onto this investigation to make this case stronger?" And without any hesitation, I said yes. And I thought, well, if there's 2 other girls, I'm not alone now. I'm not alone.
One of those women was Sally. She was 20 when Andrew Tate approached her for webcam work. Due to fears of harassment from his fan base, she is also withholding her real name.
First night that I worked for him, Andrew bought me like 5 bottles of wine. So I got completely drunk because I'd never done webcam work. So I was very, very nervous. Then that night, we were just sitting on the bed and Andrew punched me in my arm. I went to the bathroom and cried. It really, really hurt to have someone just hit me in the arm for no reason. I was very confused. Sorry. Sorry, I don't want to cry.
It's okay.
And then when I came out of the bathroom, he was super, super nice.
That's an interesting question, Papa Blanco, man. I think that I don't know, man. Romania, I heard is pretty corrupt. So I mean, they might get him, or he might, he has so much money, he might not. He might not because they're corrupt. So I mean, I think it can go either way. That's a good question. I think. Go ahead and answer Papa Blanco's question. Do you think that he's going to prison at all, or do you guys think that he'll somehow get off, and then that will, kind of justify what all these guys are saying? Eric says he's doing life. Hey, that sounds likely, but let's go.
Like, from what I remember, Andrew didn't have any alcohol at all. It was literally just me. That night we cuddled and we ended up having sex, and I was really, really drunk. That was my first night. Then it was kind of like every single night I would work.
Were there any other instances where there was physical abuse?
He used to strangle us as well. There was another time when he came into the bedroom, me and the other girl, we would sleep in the same bed with Andrew. But at this time, the girl had a partner, so she was not interested in Andrew at all. And I had gone to the shower. I came back and I noticed he was, I saw him raping her. And when he threatened to beat me up in the bathroom, and he said, "Oh, I don't give a fuck if you call the police, I'm going to beat the shit out of you." That's kind of when I knew, I had to get out of there. I stopped working for Andrew about March, April time, and I went to the police shortly after that. Nothing was done, really. The other girl that he had raped, she went to the police, and then that's when they arrested him and took him into custody for like 2 days. When Andrew was arrested, we were taken in for a proper interview, and it kind of just got left. I would send emails asking them to update. I'd hear nothing back.
When we reached out to Hertfordshire Police about this, they had this to say. We acknowledge that there were some delays to the investigation. This was addressed at the time and apologies were made. The decision to prosecute based on the police's evidence would be up to the Crown Prosecution Service.
Unfortunately, they turned around and just said, oh, we can't continue this case anymore. It's just insufficient evidence.
You witnessed the rape occurring. Did that not count as evidence for them?
No. They openly said it's really, really difficult to prove rape. Very difficult.
The Crown Prosecution Service said, in this case, we carefully reviewed all the evidence provided by the police regarding each complainant and concluded it did not meet our legal test and there was no realistic prospect of a conviction. In the U.
How do you guys feel about those two stories right there? You think there's some truth to it, or do you think that it's kind of a, I don't know, maybe they're just kind of trying to hit him for something, like maybe I don't know. I just don't think that somebody putting out a message for masculinity would warrant them doing all this, unless there's really like something sinister at play with the governments around the world where they're like, hey man, we want everybody to be LGTV and docile and all this kind of stuff. I just don't see why they would just come out to Andrew Tate for for no reason. What do you guys think about that? Do you guys think that they're they're trying to make the Matrix attack him, or do you guys think he's out here really on some BS? I mean, what do you guys think about, like, it kind of reminds me of like Bill Cosby, but he's not doing anything where I guess it would make you think like, oh yeah, that's a reason why they might get him. Like Bill Cosby was trying to buy a network and do this and do that. I don't know. Bill Cosby did have like 40, 50 women come after him, so you don't know, but it's a tough one, man. I'm not gonna just sit up and just automatically accuse him, but it's not looking good for the boy.
UK, only 1 in 100 reported rapes result in a charge, let alone a conviction. In a statement issued via his lawyer in Romania, Tate denied the assault or rape. He said, "They wanted money because I fired them. The police understood after the investigation that I am innocent, and the police found messages from the girls' phones where they were talking between themselves and planning to lie about me." Sally said, the CPS sent a letter saying that one of the reasons they didn't charge Tate was because they found voice notes on our phones where we talked about whether we should tell the police that he gave us alcohol. We were talking about it because that is what happened. He used to get us drunk.
They clearly didn't think a text from a man to a woman saying, I love raping you, I know what I do to you is abusive and controlling. To CPS, apparently, that's not enough. I did the bravest thing I think I ever done in my life, which was hell, 4 years of absolute hell, going through an investigation without anyone knowing, and basically to do it alone was all a waste.
Despite repeated requests, Tate's lawyer did not provide a response to Amelia's allegations. The Romanian investigation into Andrew Tate and his brother finally led to an arrest on the 29th of December.
The Matrix has attacked me.
Police accused them of using the lover boy method to traffic at least 6 women into a Romania-based webcam sex business. But we now know similar allegations have dogged Tate for years. His followers are obsessed with the idea that the Matrix is conspiring against him. But if anyone in this story is the victim of a conspiracy, is it the multi-millionaire celebrity? Or is it the women who claim they were abandoned by the system?
You see all these young men talking about how he's such a great guy and he's their idol and stuff, and that's so difficult to see. There are better role models out there. Don't be fooled by all the money and the nice cars and all the women. Working on yourself and becoming a better man and better mindset, yeah, but real men don't lay their hands on women.
All right, man. Y'all see the hotline and everything. So, yeah, man. I don't know if Andrew Tate is, we don't know. I guess for sure yet. It's not looking good for him. I'm leaning more towards the, yeah, you are guilty situation, because it's not looking good. Like, there's a whole cult thing, like CP the artist pointed out, where I guess they had the naked women up there at the top of the steps. It looks like that's where the trafficking was. You basically paid to get you some. You paid to, I guess, get bossed around by Andrew Tate and told all this little stuff like you're a little boy who's not a full grown man that should know everything and know his own kind of path. I guess I don't know, but yeah, man, it looks like he might end up being the bottom G up in prison. Goddamn, it's not looking good. He might end up being the bottom G in prison. Do you guys think if Andrew Tate was to go to prison that they would try him in there? Or do you guys think it would be like, oh yeah, we're gonna just let Andrew Tate go? We got so much respect for him. And if they don't let him go, do you guys think Andrew Tate has the tools to defend himself? Him and Tristan in there fighting for their life, trying to get that booty snatch. Goddamn, that's ugly. That's ugly, man. But the bottom G, man. The bottom G, man. What do y'all think about this whole documentary? I know TC So Fresh said he thinks it's a smear campaign. I know there's a few other guys that may think it's a smear campaign. I'm not sure, but I'm leaning more towards the he's guilty campaign, unfortunately. And that's pretty messed up, man. Just when we thought Andrew Tate was, on the up and up a little bit, man. What do you guys think that means for the people that are associated with him, like not Andrew Tate, but Fresh and Fit, some of the other guys that that backed him all the way through, no matter what he did. I understand backing your friends and whatnot, but I don't know, man. There's only so much you can really do. Like, I don't know. And it seemed like Myron's supposed to be this federal agent and whatnot. He's supposed to have that intel or something, or just had that intuition, I guess. But who knows, man? That's a pretty tough one right there. I guess, yeah, this is like my first live stream really doing it by myself. I did one with an Angie a while back, and that was fun. But my first time doing this one, this was pretty interesting. Hey, from downtown said he's gonna get tried in that prison, fam. It's not sounding good for him, man. It's not sounding good for him. Yeah, somebody's definitely gonna try him. It's gonna be some Romanian dude with a bunch of face tattoos. Like, yeah, I heard you were top G. I want you now. So, yeah, it's not looking good, man. But I guess I don't know. I'm thinking about doing some other live streams, maybe about the passport bro situation recently. Has anybody heard about that? Where your boy Austin Holloman was running around here with low personable game and just low social skills and he ain't doing right. And they said they was gonna off him because of what he was doing. Maybe we'll do that one later. But yeah, man. Wade Weary says Andrew Tate self snitched. Mad Boy says he's definitely guilty. It's stupid to even try to defend against these allegations. Hey man, y'all heard him. I'm not gonna just automatically just go out there, but I'm closer. I'm closer to the guilty train. Closer to the guilty train. It's not looking good. I don't know if Vice spliced it up in a way that made it seem really uglier than it really was, but hey, it is what it is. But that's gonna be it for the live stream right there, man. I appreciate everybody that jumped in here and said what's up or don't just click the like button or whatever. Oh yeah, I'm gonna do some more live streams downtown. Definitely. But Martin Games the whole he went out there putting the work in the field. Oh man. I appreciate that, TC. I appreciate that, man. But yeah, man, I hope y'all all have a great day. I'm about to go ahead and do me a workout, man. I might go ahead and check out Primal Studies video. He got a couple, 2-3 workout challenges that I can go ahead and check out. So I might go ahead and do those. So yeah, man. That would be it, man. Y'all have a great day. And I will see y'all next time, man. Shout out Gio Will. And I'll see y'all later.